So it recently came out that Sega is putting out some of their older IPs, putting new iterations out for their older IPs, like Streets of Rage. So I'm going to give a few reasons, mostly three, as to why this is a good thing. This is a good thing for Sega, this is a good thing for the industry, and then finally, why this is a good thing for gamers. So we'll get to that after the cut. So here's why this is important for Sega. If this game does well, it means Sega will possibly bring back other older franchises in iterations of games that they hold the rights to that are like old school, like Golden Axe. And like Golden Axe is the only real beat 'em up that comes to my mind when I think of Sega, aside from Streets of Rage. And this is a good thing. And we know that Sega will keep certain genres of games alive. For example, here I am playing Yakuza. Yakuza is a franchise that started in the 6th gen with Yakuza 1 and 2 on the PS2. And Yakuza is very much a beat 'em up. Okay, it is a modern take on the beat 'em up. It basically takes the formula that you had in Shenmue, makes it less clunky, less boring, combat's more enjoyable. Like, playing the game doesn't feel like a chore, and you get this game, fucking Yakuza. Now this is Yakuza 0, but the games share a similar formula across all iterations. So, but yeah, I love this shit. I love that Sega is starting to do something with these old-ass franchises that have been lying dormant for years and years and years. So, I mean, that's a good thing for Sega. This is a great way to increase their revenue because this game is not AAA. It's not going to cost an arm and a leg to make it. So, and if they include some nice bennies with it, like maybe an art book, maybe some other playable characters, kind of like back in the day, it'll be a success. So, I've encapsulated why it's important for Sega. I'll get into why this is important for the other third parties after the cut. So this is a big one. If this game does well, if Streets of Rage 4 does well, this might entice Capcom to finally make a Final Fight 4. Final Fight Streetwise, let's just not include that as a game, but a Final Fight 4. We might get a Cadillac and Dinosaurs 2. We might get a, hell, Capcom had so many beat 'em ups. Hell, maybe Konami will get their heads out of their asses and release something good. Hey, Capcom might splurge a little bit and get the Aliens vs. Predator thing, and we can finally get that game brought over. So this is good. This is good because basically when something is successful and everyone else in the industry copies it. For example, Marvel made a cinematic universe. Everyone's been trying to copy it to varying levels of failure, not success, failure, because most of them have failed. The only cinematic universes that have succeeded aside from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like within the last 10 years, is that weird cinematic universe, the Conjuring cinematic universe, with that weird doll, and that is succeeding. The legendary cinematic universe with Godzilla is kind of succeeding a little bit. But I mean, we can see that if Streets of Rage 4 does well, we can see other old beat 'em ups brought back. Like maybe Konami might get the rights and make a decent fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up, or re-release the old one. I don't care, but Turtles in Time or something like that. I don't care. But those games are awesome. I want to see this genre brought back because the only modern beat 'em up I can think of that's still a beat 'em up is the Yakuza series. So I want to see the genre brought back in a big way. I mean, it's not going to be like it was back in the 16-bit era, but I mean, it could clearly stand to be a little bit more prominent than it used to be. And if we're lucky, maybe the people, I think Arc System Works bought this IP, we can see Double Dragon brought back. Now, to be fair, I know they did Double Dragon 4, but that game sucked because they went back to like the NES style. And to be fair, the NES style Double Dragon games are not very good. I mean, the first one has pretty good music. It's like the first one's the best one. The second one's okay. The third one is ass. Hopefully they'll bring that back too, and they'll have it be more like Double Dragon, Super Double Dragon, aka Return of Double Dragon, or Double Dragon Advance, which is where you should really take the franchise and not like back to the NES. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue with my third and final bit of this visual essay. Okay then, so here's the final big reason. For gamers, this is a good thing. Because basically, you know, there are entire genres of games that have kind of disappeared off the map. And the more variety that you have in the gaming landscape, the better it is. I mean, any industry, the more variety you have, is good. The more variety you have in the RPG industry, it's good. The more variety you have in the movie industry is good. You know, not every movie has to be a fucking blockbuster. Not every movie has to be a AAA budget. You know, we spent $2 million to make this movie and another $100 million to advertise it. Not every movie needs to be that. Okay? You know, if you went to the grocery store and you went to their produce section and all they had were tomatoes, you'd be pissed unless you really like tomatoes, but after a while you probably get tired of that shit too. And that's basically what we have in the video game industry now. Like, almost everyone's always like, we're going for a cinematic experience. And it's like, that's nice, but sometimes I just want to unplug my brain and do something stupid. I want to beat the shit out of random people. You know, in Yakuza, I want to pick a dude up and smash his face into a brick wall. You know? Curb stomp or some bitch, you know, which is nothing I would never do in real life, but you know, it's cool in a beat 'em up. So I mean, you get what I'm saying. It's like, that's basically what I'm saying when you're talking about a beat 'em up. You want stuff like that, okay? You want shit like that in a beat 'em up. So I mean, you know, if this game is successful, we might see other entirely new genres, older genres of games being resurrected, like the side-scrolling shooter, which is kind of coming back on PC and the Switch to an extent. But, I mean, I don't know about you, but I would love to see Gradius brought back. I love Gradius. I would love to see R-Type brought back. I would love to see stuff like that brought back to the fore, because I mean, frankly speaking, I like playing games like that. I like JRPGs. I like games like that. I want to see them brought back in a big way, and you know, I want that. I want that shit done. You know, I want it to happen. I want it to fucking happen. So, and you know, this is good for the industry. This is good for gamers. It's good for gamers that there's more variety in games. It's good that not everything is just a cinematic, we're trying to tell a narrative game. Not that there's anything wrong with those types of titles, it's just, you need variety. You need things to be different. So with that being said, I guess we should go to the next and to the wrap up after the cut, and we'll go over upcoming content for the channel. So let's get to it. So let's wrap up what this entire visual essay was about. Basically, I wanted to encapsulate and present 3 reasons as to why Streets of Rage 4 is a good thing. why I'm personally excited for it, and why it's probably could be good for the video game industry. Now, to be fair, full disclosure, I'm not the biggest Streets of Rage fan. I've played all three of the titles, but I'm not like, oh my god, Streets of Rage is the best beat 'em up ever. I was always a Final Fight man myself. Not that I'm going to disallow that Streets of Rage isn't a well-made game. It's just, I like the grungier, dirtier aesthetic that Streets of Rage has over bare knuckle, aka Streets of Rage's style of gameplay. Aesthetic, not style of gameplay, because they're both beat 'em ups where you go around beating the shit out of random people who fuck up with you. But that's my own personal thing. You know, everyone has their own take on what they like. So, with that being said, let's get into upcoming information. So upcoming information, upcoming videos. I will definitely be doing, any news that comes out for the rest of the week. I'll definitely do a special podcast for TGS, because apparently there's going to be a big announcement from Sega at TGS. I don't know what Nintendo's going to do. I don't think Nintendo's going to do anything at TGS. They might. I don't know. It's their own version of. It's essentially their E3. So I don't know what it's going to be like. I hope it's good. But with that being said, this Saturday, 7:30 to 8:30, Sci-Fi Power Hour ish. I will be doing a review of The Predator. The new Shane Black take on the Predator. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I'm going to watch it. And this Sunday, we will be doing BS Busters. And we'll probably talk about TGS. So that's going to be the big thing. And the news of the week. So with that being said, that's the end of this video. Enjoy, have fun, and go have some fun for me. So with that being said, peace!